Greetings and divine greatness, divine excellence to everyone joining the Precious Treasure Immortality series with me today. I am outside live. I am working on broadcasting from my cell phone. So, welcome to this experience of mine as well. Um, I'm outside. Peace to everyone. Hotep, and I know you all are well. I appreciate you all being here. Because I am walking and moving, I am outside. I'm going to close down my camera. And I have two guests that I'm expecting with me today. My Sba Ptah Asar and Sba Ramu Tef. So I'm going to continue and I'm going to not share my cam. I'll be here though. All right, so so this series is to teach everyone how to use their Ancient Khemetic Rasaurian Calendar. In the event you do not have a calendar or you like to purchase an additional one for a friend or a loved one, the link is in the description to purchase your calendar. Also, there are related videos and they are in the description as well. Let's see here. So I know on the last broadcast with Sba Ptah Asar with this series, segment 5, there were some questions that were overlooked. There were some questions that went unanswered. We were in the process of, uh, we prepared a quiz, some some questions and answers for the audience so people would have the opportunity to get a free calendar. So we issued out the free calendars. Everyone is enjoying their calendars, I know, and I appreciate everyone that participated, and Sba Ptah Asar does as well. So, moving on. So, yes, with all of that going on, there were there was a lot of opportunity to miss the questions that people were asking and for us to respond. So I told everyone that I noticed that left a question or comment that needed to be addressed that we would share those today. If Sba Ptah Asar does not join me during this presentation, it will then, of course, be postponed to the next one. And he will address those questions, comments, and concerns at that time. Today, I am, let me see. Okay. What I'm going to do at this time is perform my Hesi, my Saku affirmation, so that my words are macharu, true of voice, and splendid to the ears of the ancient ones and the ancestors. Hete pu, duwa wu, a Nazareth Ramech, Hotep. Greetings and divine greatness, divine excellence to the first families, to my Nagas, my Shemsuhurus, my Nesubitis, my Mut Natarts, my Sebas, my Sba-ts, my Hamets, the immortal ones of Ma'at cherished, phenomenon of precession, new age order, great golden age of Ma'at Asar, and to all citizens, descendants of the Nile Valley Cultural Cosmic Collective Consciousness Spirituality, O Ast Maat Tf Nut, mother of the Puat Necherus, mistress of pets, maker of mankind, she who is mighty in Usu Medu Nefer Heka'u, divine words of power, mother of all initiations. We ask that you bless us, humble servants, for Ankh, life being, now present, for we seek the counsel of the ancient ones and practice daily the ancient Ma'atian ways and ancient Ma'atian truths. We strive evermore to become one with you in this world and in the existence to come. We ask that you bless us on this, the 62nd Haru, after the helical rising, 298 Harus remaining until Ubin Saptit Cyrus rising, Upuat Samai Tawi, Wep Renpet Digit Heb, 26 Haru, second Abet of Renunut, third Haru of Quebsaneth, second Haru, third Abet, first season of Shamu, Renpet year number 10, phenomenon of precession, new age order, great golden age of Ma'at Tf Asar. We ask that you bless our families and friends and all those of us who gather together to worship in your most holy, sacred, and glorious ancient Tamarian name of Ast Maat Tf Nut. For in the art of seeking you, there is much comfort. So as it is spoken, so let it be written. So shall it be done, so let it be, for now and forever forward. Ra never tesh ra, panatara pu pamaat, ankh was dejed, ankh uja seneb, ubin every day, all day, dua, duau. So those are the benefits of going live from a cell phone. Somebody wants to call me while I'm going live, but that's the way of this world, huh? All right, so I'm enjoying this. I might do this some more. Okay, I like the sun in my background. It's evening here, and I know I'm live in many locations. Many people, different locations, are viewing this, and that's great. I am sharing with everyone. All right, I'm back. All right, so in case I was not clear, I'm live. Someone was calling me. There was a presentation. Ptah Asar was invited to the Transatlantic Productions channel on YouTube, and he was interviewed by the elder Clemson Brown. So if you would like to see and hear the elder speak on what is best, what is divine, what is excellent, a care and a fair for our people, tune into that. It is in the description below. Um, so again, I'm going to start into the teachings of the calendar and give you some pointers. Those of you who have questions, you can ask me those. If I'm able to, of course, I will answer those for you. So we're going to get started. So if you would have your pen and paper available, that'd be great. So one big question that I've encountered is, what are the days of the week? And I'm going to share. Hold on, can I share? Yep, this is my legend here. I cannot do PowerPoints on the cell phone, but this is the legend. If you tune into one of the other series, you'll see the legend there in the series in the PowerPoint. So day one is Ra, R-A, and day two is Jehuti, or some called Tahuti, and Jehuti is D-J-H-U-T-I. I'm not going to go into the explanation of day one is like what you would know is Sunday, and day two is what you would know is Monday, because in this calendar, the Ancient Khemetic Rasaurian Calendar, there are actually 9 days. So when I get to day 8 and 9, I cannot say, well, this is the day you would know as, because you don't have, according to the Gregorian calendar, a 8th day and a 9th day. So we're going to continue. Day one is Ra. Day two is Jehuti, D-J-H-U-T-I. Day three is Seb, S-E-B. Day four is Ast, A-S-T. Day five is Amsta, Mesta, A-M-S-T-A. Day six is Hapi, H-A-P-I-I. Day seven is Tuamutef, T-U-A-M-U-T-F. Day 8 is Quebsenef, Q-E-B-S-E-N-U-F. Day 9 is Heru, H-E-R-U. And briefly, I want to say peace, Hotep, Islam, greetings, namaste to everyone who was here in the comment section. I appreciate you all. I'm not sure. I'm thinking I'm getting all my comments. I'm on this cell phone. It's different than the other version that I'm used to. And Brother Crumbs, this is Master Student Crumb Snatcher t-shirt. Brother Crumb taught me the StreamYard Studio. So I'm learning this cell phone section on my own. And either way, speaking of Brother Crumb, this is the Crumb TV edition of the Ancient Khemetic Rasaurian Calendar. Crumb TV is on YouTube, so check him out over there. He's also on Instagram, Crumb Snatcher. Had to share that. All right. So briefly, we're going to do the months of the year. So the first month, because there are 10 months, not 12 months, as you may follow according to your Gregorian calendar. So again, with that being said, I'm not going to say, well, the first month is what you would call January, because that definitely would be a falsehood. And I'm going to show you here why. The first month is Jehuti, and it covers July and August. Okay, so there is no first month is January. That's not how this works. Appreciate you all. Do-wah, So the first month is Jehuti, and on the calendar it shows on the side of the calendar, it shows you the month, the name of the month here on the side. So month 2, which we're in now, is Renunut, and we will be shortly going into excuse me, the third month. Now, this is a 3-in-1 calendar. So one part of this calendar, according to it, it is the third month. Another part, we're in the second month. And that's probably a topic for another day. So right now, month 2, Renunut is spelled R-E-N-E-N-U-T. And month 3 is Sobek, S-O-B-E-K. And I'm going to show y'all these months right quick. This is Jehuti in the calendar. And this is Wall-Renenut in the calendar. And then we going into month 3, which is Sba-t in the calendar. All right, month 4 is men. And this is men, M-I-N, men. And month 5 is Het Heru, H-E-T-H-E-R-U. This is Het Heru. I'm interested in watching this. I always watch my videos. This one's interesting because I'm multitasking and sharing videos in the grass. Month 6 is Heru, H-E-R-U. That's Heru right there. Month 7 is Apet, A-P-E-T. That's Apet. Month 8 is Heru Kuti, H-E-R-U, and K-H-U-T-I, and that's Heru Kuti right here. And month 9 is Sekhmet, S-E-K-H-M-E-T. That's Sekhmet right here. And month 9, did I say 9? Did I say? Either way, somewhere I lost my count. But y'all follow me. I appreciate it. So, the 10th month is Ptah, P-T-A-H. And this is Ptah. And I'm out here multitasking. I'm watching my granddaughter. She's out here. She's supervised. There's another adult out here. But naturally, I just have to look up and look at her. So, the months, those are the months you can, y'all can count. So I appreciate y'all. 1 through 10, those are the months. I gave them to you in order. I miscounted them, but that's the order. All right, so at this time, I'm going to share some information with you about the calendar right quick. So, doing some reading here. Okay. The Rasaurian, and what I'm reading right now, everyone who has the calendar, and or if you get your calendar later, it is shown here. This is the last page of the calendar, and it's actually here in the back. So I'm just going to read this to you all. The Rasaurian Khemetic solar calendar is the oldest and most precise system of recording time known to man. It is derived from the ancient Black African Egyptians' concept of time and space. Consider this premeditation for a calendar. In the vernacular, outer space was the timeless void of darkness before the introduction of light. Ra was the light. And as the light moved within the void, time was introduced. Our sun is a member of a trinity of suns that played major roles in the development of our quadrant of stars, planets, moons, and life forms. The word was given, and the 3 stars began to move apart from one another. Their names were Ra, Cyrus, and Alcyone. As this separation occurred, the surface of each became lessened by great masses of vicious matter that seemed to escape into space, only to be captured by the gravitational pull of its inceptor. These 3 stars highlight much of what it is that we see today as we gaze upward and outward. Our view is restricted only by the natural alignment of our Earth and our northern hemisphere. From these bodies of light come the makings of our zodiac, our solar system, and all the visible constellations. With this natural order as their grid, the 10-month solar calendar was fashioned. Our solar system has 10 heavenly bodies and 1 sun that fathered and mothered 9 planets. Thus, they factor together a calendar of 10 months. Each month consists of 36 days, 4 weeks in a month, and 9 days in a week. They conceived of a system of 60 seconds to a minute. and 60 seconds to an hour. 60 minutes to an hour. This was done by adding the 12 miles a second that it takes our sun Ra to travel around Alcyone. Multiplied 10 times gave them 120 miles of movement in 60 seconds, until realizing that at each cycle of 60, a new star alignment occurred. Thus, the sidereal year was born. The rotation of the Earth on its axis was then calculated at 24 hours and 35 minutes in every day. All that remained to have an accurate calendar was to know the number of hours in the orbit of the Earth around the Sun. However, without a geodite or point of origin, this was not feasible. It came to be understood that a sidereal sighting of Sirius occurred annually at the same time. The sighting of Sirius provided the answer to the number of hours in one orbit of the Earth around the Sun, which is 8,766 hours. Armed with this information, a calendar could be accurately devised consisting of 10 months. Each month had 36 days, 4 weeks in a month, 9 days in a week, and 8,766 hours in a year. From the zodiac, such as okay. This understanding is reflected within the Rasaurian solar calendar, which introduces itself as a star chart that is derived from the ancient Black African Egyptian concept of time and space. It would seem that a calendar can only be the results of celestial movement, be it moon or stars. The Tahutian calendar. The Rasaurian Khemetic 3-in-1 solar calendar exhibits a grid of the calendar legend. From year to year, its structure is unchanged, and the periodic table, the sighting of uncharted stars, confirms its cosmic entombment. Dua Duau Siba Ramutef Kweb. The Egyptian story behind calendar number 2, or the 365 quarter day calendar, is clearly reflective of the ancient Black African culture and literature. Tahuti, the god of the moon and lord of the sacred order and sacred writings, petitioned the king of the solar order Ra to consider changing the cosmic flow just enough to allow for mankind to be born on Seb, the earth. Ra, the sun, who is the emblem of the light that shines in the sky, was receptive to Lord Tahuti's request. However, he reminded his longtime friend of his inability to alter the order of things. He bade Jehuti, the Lord of the sacred order and writings, to search the numbers for a way which must be done within the existing order. The answer lay in the 24-hour, 35 minutes that are required for one revolution of the planet on its axis. Lord Tahuti reasoned that the cycle of darkness and light would not be altered if he gained possession of the 35 minutes that completed every Earth rotation. According to the ancient Egyptian, Lord Tahuti, the god of the moon, wagered with Ra, the god of the sun, for the amount of time, in a wager that was known only to the gods and goddesses. Lord Tahuti was the victor. He claimed his prize, the 35 minutes of time that he gained control of, leaving an exact 24 hours in a cycle of 10 months of 4 weeks and 9 days, totaling 360. These 35 minutes, when multiplied by 360, totaled 5 1/4 days, added on to a year that still had 8,766 hours. The 5 days that he implemented into the calendar are called the epagomal days. These days are visible in the Rasaurian solar calendar in the 10th month of Ptah, which you would call July, with the moon going through its phases, signaling the sighting of the star Sirius and the 5 1/4 days of observance until that star grid aligns again, starting anew the year. These 5 1/4 days are accounted for by, by observance and waiting for that star grid to align again. Every second of the Earth's orbit was accounted for in that singular revolution. There was no need for leap year. This was the exact time of the year that the great mother goddess Nut gave birth to the gods and goddesses, Earth's mankind. Haru-Ur was the firstborn, and he represented universal dualism, day and night. Asar, or Osiris, was second in line in the birthing process and is mankind's paternal father, and his domain was the afterlife. Sekhet Aru and Sekhet Hotep. Sut Haru-Ur, hold on. Sut or Set was the thirdborn and came to represent all that is evil in mankind. But in his beginnings, he was Ra's #1 servant in the bark of millions of years. But this is another story. The fourth born was the great mother goddess Lady Ast, Isis, the wife of Osiris, and it was she who was the maker of mankind. The fifth born was the great mother goddess Nephthys. This calendar totaled 365 1/4 day and was known as the Tahutian calendar. This is the understanding that was lost, stolen, and denied with the intervention of Julius Caesar and the Romans. It is obvious that the Romans dissected the Tahutian calendar that is used today, adding Latin names and interpretations, and the concept of leap year. Remember, the word calendar originates from the Latin word calendae, the Roman calendar. This is the third calendar that appears within the Rasaurian solar calendar. Solar grid is called the Roman calendar or the Gregorian calendar. History tells us that Julius Caesar, after seizing control of Egypt in 48 BC, altered the Roman calendar, which was also based on a 10-month solar grid. In fact, the Romans copied the system, first introduced by Lord Tahuti, only the names have been changed. Ptah, which means the door, month of the ancient Egyptians, became Janus, or January, the door month of the Romans. The Roman god Janus had a mate, Fevir, who became February. Mars, their war god, was the third month, and today is called March. The mate of Mars was Avil, now called April. May, the god of vegetation, was their fifth month, and his mate, Jui, or June, was their sixth month. After June, they ran out of names because their culture was barely 300 years old. Hold on, wait a minute. Okay. They completed their calendar with numbers, Roman numbers. Sept is the Latin word for the number 7, September, but it is our 9th month in the Gregorian calendar. Octo is the Latin word for the number 8, October, but it is our 10th month in the Gregorian calendar. Nove is the Latin word for the number 9, November, but it is our 11th month in the Gregorian calendar. Dice is the Latin word for the number 12. Dice is the Latin word for the number 10, but it is our 12th month. Let me go to these comments. Okay, lesson by 30 did said rotate faster or lose something. Okay, Sba-t, I'm gonna pass this question to Ptah Asar. I know Sba Ramutef is here in the room. If he is able, if he will answer that. Otherwise, we'll get an answer from Ptah Asar. I appreciate you. And this question right here, I will share the answer on the next series. So those who are listening and are looking forward to the answer as well will have it. Leslie, peace to you as well. I appreciate you being here, sister. Great support. I appreciate you. She speaks peace to the fam from YouTube. Peace to you as well, sister. All right. So the last section of this calendar, I'm reading the back. So you have your own. You can read along. Or when you get yours, this is what you will have in your own hand. All right. Gregorian. I'm not going to read this kind of. Hold on. Okay. This is about the Gregorian calendar chronological reform. I'm just going to skip down. I know, yeah, I'm not going to read this. So what I'm going to share with you all, because we keeping this brief. I'm outside. It's getting dark. The sun that was so beautiful behind me, Ra, has left. Ra, we left. Ra is not here present in the sky. So, okay. The AUC is mentioned in this last section as well. The Ab Urbe Condita, AB, URBE, CONDITA. And also here, and in the links, I think I shared it all. To order your calendar, that information is there. You can also order it on PtahOriginals.com. That link is in the description. And Ptah Secret Sar also has a PayPal. You can PayPal, give your information to receive your calendar. And that is the paypal.me back to Kemet, BACKTO, KHA. I'm gonna start over. I'm a student of many languages, so sometimes it shows. All right. Ptah Secret Sar has a PayPal account. It is paypal.me back to Kemet, BACKTOKHMT, back to Kemet. I hear the insects is getting louder here. Okay, it's time for me to go. Dua Sba-t. You are very much welcome. All right, so I'm going to leave you all definitely in the same manner that I came to you. As my Seba Crumb Snatcher would say, I am a master student. He says, somehow I'm gonna say, he says, I'm gonna leave you the same manner I came to you, in peace. Dua, I appreciate you all being here. And in the absence of my Ptah Secret Sar, we definitely request that you review the broadcast from yesterday. We request that you continue your studies, and we request that you get your calendar and that you know what time is, and that you also water the plants. From YouTube, speaking, weather looks great where you're at. It's calm, it's beautiful, and I'm glad. I wanted to experience this outside environment doing a live, and it's actually great. Next time I'll do a different type location. But again, back to in the absence of my SAR, we definitely need you all to embrace your the precious treasure of immortality. Right now, Sba Ramutef Queb has come into the room. I'm going to add it to Sba Ramutef Queb. You here?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Ooh, I'm glad you joined me. So now on my cell phone, I know how to add in a guest. It's different because I ended up out the studio. I had to come back in myself. So I hope that wasn't disturbing to the audience. How are you doing today, Sba Ramutef Queb?
Ken and Fair, how are you?
At Care Nefair, I am excellent. I am divine. So what do you have to share with us today? I have some battery left on my device, and I'm glad you're here
Mm-hmm.
again. What would you like to share with everyone? Oh, first, tell everyone who you are and where we can find you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I can't hear you at all if you're speaking. Okay.
What about now?
Yes, now it's good.
You hear me now?
Yes, Seba.
All right, there we go. All right. All right. Anuk Ramotef Kweb. I am Ramotef Kweb. I'm official global distributor of the Rasaurian Sidereal Lunar Calendar. I'm also the keeper of Tech Time, Tetra. I'm
Okay, we're all here.
uh,
Seba Ptah Seeker Asar is
can you
with
hear me?
us now as well. You
Yes,
going
we
in
can
and
hear
out.
you.
Yes. And I would like for Seba Ptah
My
Seeker
apologies.
Asar
My
to tell
apologies.
everyone who you are and where they can find you as well. Seba Ptah Seeker Asar. And I don't know.
Dua, dua, para ta pamara kwaste jet, Uncle Johnson, never been a free Panabu, through my Atiti, my great queen mother goddess, Ast Maat Tf Nut, and to my great Seba Rebel Tef Queb. Say dua to you. I apologize to our listening audience. I have been overtaxing myself with these shows and lessons, and my voice is gone as you can hear it. So I wanted to rest myself up, but Queen Mother is handling her duties very excellently. And we
Dua,
have
Dua.
Ramutel. So I would just like to first perform my Hesti, my Saku, my affirmation, so I may command these cosmic forces that allow us love, guidance, and protection through the daily experiences of ponderable matter. So I may have permission to speak before the ancestors, the ancient ones, and the Netarus. I will attempt to perform my Hesi, my Saku, my affirmation to you, my Ramech, my family, my Hesu, my Nesubitis, my Hemets, and Sibat. I shall begin. Hetepu, Dua, Dua, Anazarek, Ramech, Hotep. Greetings to divine greatness, divine excellence to the first families, my Nagas, my Shemsurus, my Nesubitis, my Hemets, my Sibats, my Mutnatat, the immortal ones of Ma'at cherished, phenomenon of precession, New Age order, great golden age of Ma'at Asar, and all citizens, descendants of the Nile Valley cultural consciousness and spirituality. Oh, Ast, Maat Tf Nut, the mother of the Netarus, the mistress of pets, the maker of mankind, she who is mighty in Usa Medunefer Hekau, divine words of power, mother of all initiations, bless us humble servants for Ankh, life being now present, for we seek the counsel of the ancient ones and practice daily the ancient Ma'atian ways and ancient Ma'atian truths. We strive evermore to become one with thee in this world and in existence to come. We ask that you bless us on this, the 62nd day of the year after the Helical Rising. 298 days remaining until Ubin Subtis Cyrus Rising, Upawat, Samatawi, Wetburn Pet Dejet New Year celebration, the 26th day of the second month of Renunut, the third day of Clemson, the second day of the third month of the first season of Shemu, year number 10, AFNK/ST, as the founding of New Kemet, Naga Kemet, Samatawi, Monarchy Session, New Age Order, the Great Golden Age of Mata PSR. We ask that you bless our families and friends and all those of us who gather together to worship in your most sacred and glorious ancient temporary name of Ast Maat Tf Nut. From now forever forward, Atun Raul Tep. I got to go back. I got to get back in the house and lay down. Queen My apologies. My apologies. I'm getting chills right now. I'm going back in the house. Divine blessings, Queen Mother Goddess. Atura Hotep.
That's where I was at.
Dua Woo, Seba Ptah Asar for being here. Seba Ramutef Queb, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, I can hear you. If you would continue to tell everyone who you are and where they can find you.
All right. Where I left off at as I'm Ramotep Queb. You can find me on Facebook as Ramotep Queb. You can find me on Instagram as Ramotep_Queb. You can also find me on multiple platforms that I'm always or would love to always be invited to. As far as anything else, most of the time you can find me driving, or you can find me on here on the Memoirs of the Comic Dynasty. So, question. So, I wasn't sure if you had when I was listening earlier, you said you had a couple questions or comments that were in the chat or in the
Yeah.
comment section.
Well, this one
Oh,
question, because I need to plug up my phone, so I'm headed back now to my charger. So this one
mm,
question is from Seba Todd. We're gonna address what is in the comment section today. The ones from last week, we'll address those next time. Um, he wants to know, how did the rotation lessen by 35 minutes, and did Seb rotate faster or lose circumference or what?
no, because what folks got to realize is that it's always going to be 24 hours and 35 minutes. The type of 24 hours that we're dealing with is if you're basing everything off of a lunar cycle calendar. That's the difference between going off of the solar, the lunar, and the sidereal. Each one has their time. Solar being 24 hours, 35 minutes, lunar being 24 hours, sidereal being 8,766 hours. And the combination all becomes divine in 360 and only 360, as you stated earlier when you were giving the spiritual, cultural, cosmic collective consciousness story. It is described in that, so there will be no need for leap years. If you put a leap year in the system, all you're doing is throwing everything off. You have certain um, growth for a certain period of time. However, that growth, or if no one's actually kept keeping track of the star or even the seasons or even the sun itself, especially during the spring equinox, all be lost like it is right now. A lot of people can't grow certain things because a lot of their food is being or even their plants are not even growing all the way to full health or even to full growth. And now that we're going in this transition through the cosmic rift, a lot of things seem very odd in nature, but it's mainly just the process that we go through from going from one age to another. Also, it may seem that it might speed up or slow down, and it's mainly due to the wobble, to the precession. That wobble makes things to us that's on this plane a little different. And a lot of things seem a little different, all because of where we're rotating towards. With us having that 24th degree shift, a lot of things seem off. But in all actuality, everything's the same. It's just we're just in line with the tilt.
And so he said, Seba Todd says, so is the moon's revolution around Seb 24 hours then?
When it comes to that moon, the moon moves at its own pace. It can move, how you say, according to what's that thing called? The because it goes around us twice. It goes around us twice a day, in a sense. So it moves fast because just like how the planet Mercury moves, how fast that how fast that planetary body moves towards compared to everything else, the moon is the same way with us.
Okay. And how much more time do you have available, Seba, to sit meet with us
Um,
today?
I have enough time. It's just willing with the connection of the certain areas that I drive to. But if the connection is good like it is right now, I'm definitely able to be around.
Okay. So I'm gonna get this other question from last episode.
Hmm.
Um, Give me a few moments here.
Let's see. Okay, I still got signal. So dealing with that moon rotation around Seb is like I was stating earlier. If you notice how the moon moves, it literally goes around us twice a day. So how they say it's almost like that the 12 hours of the day, 12 hours of the night type thing. And then
Okay.
at a certain point when it drifts, that's when it how you say the calculations go how you say change a little bit. Because the sun, the
Mm-hmm.
moon, and all those other planets, as they will call the retrograde, they all have a drift. And then each time that they drift, it's not necessarily drift. From my understanding, I see it as those planetary bodies vibrating at a higher frequency than what we catch with our all-seeing eye. Well, not our all-seeing eye, but with our two eyes, or not necessarily with that, but just how we are affected by that type of energy that comes in from those planetary bodies, stars, clusters, superclusters, body radiations, which are black holes and AKA or galaxies.
Dua Usiba Ramotef Kweb. Also, while we have you here, could you speak to us all about our birthdays, our real birthdays?
Sure, pardon me. So, what it is that I do, which well, I'm still working on the title for it for myself, but however, what I do is basically something that I figured out took me 3 years to do, and it's basically learning about how to find a person's birth star. Sheba will always tell you that there's a star that is present on the day of your birth. It's no longer in the sky on your birthday. That is a very true thing. Like I said in other videos and other uh, shows, is that first I was very skeptical until I found my own. Once I found my own, in my own mind, I said, "Oh crap, that means everybody else has one as well." So as I started going through it, I noticed that there's a certain way to find it, and the key is knowing time as well as knowing where subject is, aka Cyrus, or what people know as Cyrus A. And to find your birth star, you have to know when the helical horizon is in your location. For example, on the calendar, you'll see that on July 25th on the Gregorian calendar is our new year when we have made one complete revolution around the sun. From there, I had made an additions that we came into agreement on is letting folks know when the helical horizon is according to their location upon Seb, aka the Earth. When you know your helical horizon, you're supposed to subtract how many days it takes to get back to Kemet, in a sense. Whatever number you come up with, let's say, for instance, on the calendar, you have August the 3rd as the helical horizon for the East Coast. That is ranging from Boston, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, I think Illinois as well, and the one that I just recently had from the sister is also in certain parts of Virginia. When you find out when your birthday is in your birth location, because that's the key to the whole um, astrology part that I do of the astronomy and astrology and absolute accountability. To have that absolute accountability, you find that whatever day that day lands on, let's say for instance, you were born on, let's say, September 15th, or no, we could just say for on the Gregorian calendar today, right? The 24th. If you were born on the East Coast on the 24th of September on the Gregorian calendar, subtract 10 days, counting the September 24th as your first day. Whatever it lands on, which would be 10 days, whatever day it would land on, that would be your birthday, according to the Gregorian calendar. Also, when you do that using our calendar, you'll see that there's a star date. That star date indicates your personal star or your star date in a sense, meaning that what I'm doing is giving folks their own calendar within this calendar. For if you go by that part of your own calendar, your birthday always lands on that day. The only thing that changes is the hours, minutes, seconds, all because of how we move through time and space. Knowing this, you'll be able to align yourself according to what is as above, so below, to have the ability to experience the phenomenon of being, knowing who you are, where do you come from, why are you here, where are you going. All that will be revealed to you as I give you a mini breakdown of the certain constellations that's or certain planetary bodies and constellations that are in what you would call a natal chart. Within that natal chart, once you figure out what all encompassed in it, you'll find out that every year, if you were to look it up on that same date, will give you a glimpse of your future, in a sense, or to look out for certain energies, or how you say good days and bad days that deal with the Nimu, aka the deacons, so on and so forth. At this present moment, I haven't truly figured out the Nimu just yet. However, I will get there in a couple years. But as it's present, all I can do is give you what is in order or what is in line for you coming in the years to come. To the point where if you live in your purpose and you find your purpose within that, you're going to, how you say, get abundance or blessings from the Netherus or those cosmic forces that allow you love, guidance, protection through the daily experience upon the matter. You hear me?
Do I see? But yes. So
Okay.
I'm definitely looking forward to the opportunity for the day that me and you get together,
Mm-hmm.
and you will do the live birth dates from the audience. Remember we
For
talked about that?
ours, yes, I can do
Yeah.
like a preview. I kind of preview right now. If I once I get to this location, I'm almost there. Um, I'll go ahead and get that part set up. What I'm going to do is try to do it on my iPad, so I can give like a explanation on what I just said on how to folks can find their birth star, even if they don't want me to do it. But my whole purpose is to teach folks how to do it, so they'll be able to, either do their chart their whole family, chart friends, families, because there's a lot that you could do with this. It's just taking the time to do it. And a lot of people don't like to sit back and take the time because they rather watch TV or, do um, outlandish bullcrap, or as my man was saying, don't be a menace. You know, his hobbies or drinking and other types of ill shit.
Yeah, that UPP.
Shut up, UPP. I know.
Unnecessary pain and punishment. In the words of my Seba Ptah Asar.
Correct. Let's see. Where's it at? Give me 1 second. All right. Let's see. Do I got some power, some juice? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. All right. Give me 1 second. Can I flip my camera? Oh, that's not it. Camera front to back. Is it doing it? Bingo. There we go. I ain't got no service. Hold on 1 second. All right, that should work. All right, so what I do is I chart the stars according to your birthday. So if anybody in the comments, all right, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. First person, give me your birthday, the day that I was born on the Gregorian calendar, August 17th,
Seba Ramutef, your sound is breaking up.
1984 at 1:33 a.m. I myself was born in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
Seba Ramutef, your sound is breaking up since you start sharing your schematics.
1 second.
And I appreciate the efforts you're putting forth right now. And I was speaking as I was speaking of the opportunity to sit with you, like when you're at home, when you're stationary, and you can have all of your materials ready. I didn't mean for you to break out and attempt to do all this now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'd like to. We're going to continue to work on scheduling a
Or
time
where
with
I was
you.
born at, right? Which is in. Mm-hmm. No doubt. I appreciate it.
All right, Seba Ramutef Kweb. What we're going to do is end the show. As Seba Todd is also seeing the concern about you being safe on the road. I know you would not drive and complete the actions you're doing now, but we would like for you to proceed and get there safely. So I'm going to end this broadcast. Um, Again, I appreciate everyone being here who is here, and I appreciate all the comments and the participation in the comment section. I appreciate everyone who is here with me today for my first live, which took place outside and on my cell phone for the Precious Treasure Immortality series. We have plenty more content, and with Immortality, of course, there is always something to share. I look forward to seeing you next time with my Ptah Asar, Panatar Pu Pamaat, Ankwaz Dejed, Ank Uja Seneb, Uben Nefer Iker, Panabu, Haru Ma'ati, rising always in divine excellence with Ma'at, every day, all day. Dua, Duawu, Atumra, Hotep.